Time to catch up with UTRGV women's basketball. He's Larry Tidwell. He's the head coach of the UTRGV women's basketball team.
And I'm sitting with the media relation guru of UTRGV Athletics, Jonah Goldberg.
Well, Coach, over the last week, your last two-game regular season road trip of the season, one of the tougher ones when you have to go all the way to the West Coast. I think the longest trip in the WAC goes from UTRGV to Seattle U, but you get off that plane and you come out with a victory against Seattle U.
Well, I tell you, we definitely, we toured the world as you get to. We leave early on Wednesday morning. We leave at 4:30 from the Brock Village, and then we go down and get on a plane. We're out of here by 6. We go to Houston and lay over for about 3 hours, and we get on 4-hour flight, 4.5-hour flight to Seattle. We study a little bit while we're on the plane. We study when we get off the plane. We watch a video. We go to practice, and we get them to bed, all in one day. So it's a full day, and then the next morning we relax a little bit and got up, went to our shoot around, and prepared, and came away with a nice win over Seattle. Got down by as many as 14 points in the third quarter, and just made a really good comeback. As Shantae Goff probably had her best game of the year overall. She did a lot of things. She attacked. I think she had 29 points for me that game. But she also, the thing that was really good about what she did is she really handled the ball well. She handled pressure well, and she fought through being really, really tired because I think she played 38 or 40 minutes. So, but it was another good effort. You know, Hilda Carson's daughter had 12 points. She was really sharp, 6 of 12. Anushka, 17 points. Rock had 7 assists. She had 6 points, but, you know, we continue to go in there. Carson's daughter with a double-double. You know, she had 12 and 11. And, you know, Rock had 6 rebounds. We just really got some nice things done. Seattle played us extremely well. They had a different lineup for us, had a big point guard, and they made some nice adjustments. But we came back and won the ball game to ensure us of a non-losing season. You know, we're 15-11. We are currently now 15-12. But that's important that we're going to be able to, again, walk away from this season. And it's been a season of ups and downs. You know, we lost Mary Savoy after 11 games. She's still not returned with a broken hand. We've had Anushka Maldonado out for 4 games. We had Bernicia Peters out for 3 or 4 games. We've had Turk out sick. We've had Seek out sick. We've had quite a few different things happen. I know Shantae Goff, 2 games this year, was so sick she couldn't play. So it's been one of those years of where maybe we can get all this together before we go to the tournament. You know, again, getting Lile Havili back at midterm, coming off of ACL. I mean, it's just been a year of reckoning and trying to make adjustments off of certain situations.
Well, you've got almost 2 weeks until the tournament begins. Let's get some orange juice and you know, some kale and things like that.
Oh, we'll get some of those gummy bears that are good for you. We'll be fine. But it's we've had to make a lot of adjustments. Good job of my coaching staff, Gabe Henry, Anthony Anderson, Hannah Burleson, Scott Smith, of making adjustments on everything. And then really trying to climb the ladder too, getting things taken care of academically. We're right at a 3-point or over a 3-point. And, you know, it's just those things that you got to continue to do to maintain a consistent program. And you want to be consistent. That's the most important thing. But we came away with a good win, Jonah, over Seattle. Then off to Bakersfield the next morning at 3:30 in the morning.
You know, you spend so much time in airports, especially this season when you've played among the most road games in the nation, if not the most. Yeah. What is your favorite airport snack?
The favorite airport, I really like the airport in Utah. I think the Utah airport is really good, and I really appreciate the fact that we have a really good airport in McAllen. I mean, we can get in and get out of there. The people know us. We get through the barriers pretty quick because they know that we're out representing UTRGV. But a lot of good airports. You know, Sky Harbor in Phoenix is really nice. But I really like the airport in Utah, and the one in Seattle is pretty cool too. A lot of coffee shops in Seattle.
So is there like a specific, like, I know if I go to an airport, I need to have an Auntie Anne's pretzel. Is there like a specific thing you're on the lookout for? Like, I can't wait to go to this airport because I need to get this.
Well, Auntie Anne's pretzels are all over the world. I eat them too. You know, the bagel dog and everything like that is good. But DFW has that cornered. There's about one every other gate. So, yes, Auntie Anne's pretzels. Get your visa up for that. I guarantee you. But you know, we walked away from that Seattle game feeling good. Got up the next morning at 3:30. Got to the flight at 5:30. Flew from Seattle to San Francisco. A couple hours layover. San Francisco to L.A. Picked us up at L.A. 2-hour drives to Bakersfield. Get a little sleep. Get them out. Work them out. Then here we go. We turn around and play at 1 o'clock.
Well,
Tough road trip.
Yeah, that is a tough turnaround, and you know that resulted in partially that, and of course other factors. You know, Bakersfield 15 of 30 from behind the arc, but 14.
You know, that's exceptional shooting, and we went out there and was in it. They got way out in front. We closed it, but I had some people coming off the bench I thought that played exceptionally well, you know, and got us back in it. It's called my gray group. Angie Villarreal came in off of that, and Michelle Hyman had a very good game for me with 10 points. Adil Turk, and we had Laura Van Tilburg working in there. You had Lele Havili, and we actually, and you know, Bernie had to run the point nearly the entire game because Shantae was out, and we had some people really step up in that game, and you know, Anushka had a really nice game. She played well. And then Bernie also, those are my two leading scorers. But, you know, again, Hildra's her consistent self, and she keeps working at it and makes some things happen. But you got to give credit to Bakersfield. They were a little bit more crisp than what we were. They shot the ball well. We tried to run a little bit of zone on them. A lot of things happened for us. A lot of things didn't happen for us. So we just chalk it up, write it down, move on.
Well, now you come home Saturday, senior day against Chicago State. A lot of things going on that day. Let's start with one of the big things. You're going to jam the gym for Juliet.
Yeah, we'll jam the gym, but I also wanted to mention, too, in the Bakersfield game, Sika Kuzik, Tristan Murphy played pretty well for me also, so I don't want to leave them out. But we are going to jam the gym Saturday for Juliet Castanillos from Ed Calchalsa, a young lady who in June was involved in a tragic car accident. She was standing in front of her car and got hit head-on by an intoxicated driver, crushed both legs. She's had 16 major surgeries in San Antonio. I had the privilege to go up and see her a couple of times in San Antonio, get to know the family. She came back home, started rehab here. We've adopted her as a team sister. We text her. We try to stay in touch with her. She comes to our games. She comes back to the locker room. She's a part of us. We're a part of her. I had, you know, the privilege. I went out and had Christmas dinner with them and things along this line. And we've done a few things together. And this is a young lady who means a lot to this team, means a lot to me personally, because she's a fighter. She's a warrior. She doesn't complain. She is back in rehab. She's at Doctors Renaissance Hospital and Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Maybe that's the proper term, but she's getting excellent rehab down there. Her insurance is on and off, so I'm trying to have a fundraiser of Jam the Gym for Juliet. We have Bert Ogden Infinity is stepping forward. Everybody that's in the gym, they'll donate $1 per head in the gym. And whether that's our students, our season ticket holders, fans coming in. And then we have an anonymous donor who's going to do it also. So if we have 1,500 fans here, then we're looking at $3,000 that we'll donate to Juliet's fund for rehab and also to help her academically. She's still homebound academically from high school. And we want to get her on track to get ready for her ACTs, get ready for SATs. Her goal is to be a marine biologist, and she wants to come to UTRGV.
Well, it's the right university to do that at. We've got a great facility.
You better believe it. And she was a power lifter in high school and a cheerleader. And I've talked to Coach Navarro at Calchalsa. I think the whole city of Ed Calchalsa is coming. And what we're going to do off of that is we just want to make this a proud day for her and her family, to let them know that we care about her, that we want to see her get right back to where she was before this accident, and we're going to be there to help her. First class kid, first class family, oh my gosh. And like I said, we just want to do something special for her, and she is our official team sister, and she brings a lot of smiles to my team.
That's awesome. I can't wait for this night. That's going to be great to have her out there.
It's going to be pretty cool, pretty cool.
And then what else is going on? It's the last home game, which means it's senior day. And
it is senior day. Raquel Preston and Jada Bennett. Raquel's had a great career for us. Has been with me 3 years. Was her incoming sophomore when I came here. She is already here on scholarship, and we've had quite a few experiences together. And it's going to be a great day when I see her walk across that stage when she graduates. She's right on time to graduate. And Jada Bennett transferred to us from North Florida. She's from Sherman, Texas. I know a lot of good coaches up in Sherman. Spoke very highly. Jada had to sit a year, and then she tore her ACL, and then she still is struggling with different things on her ACL. So hasn't played a whole lot, but we're going to go ahead and get her graduated so she can get out in society and with that degree and make an impact on society immediately. And just a very good young lady, very first class young lady. Comes from a great family.
And finally, the game is against Chicago State. What can you tell us about them?
Chicago State is playing extremely well. They're playing the best they've played all year, and they played New Mexico State really tight out there. I mean, it was like an 8 to 10 point ball game, and they just continue to get better. They're big inside. Lane Murphy is probably one of the best players in the conference, but they've also got some good guard play. They're hitting the threes. They're running a lot of zone, and they'll run some man, but they're playing at a very high level right now, so we've got our hands full.
UTRGV plays host to Chicago State for senior night, last home game of the season. That's Saturday at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6 over at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Make sure you're there early for the special pregame ceremony honoring the seniors Jada Bennett and Raquel Preston. And, of course, make sure you bring everybody you know so we can jam in the gym for Juliet.
For Juliet, yep. And we're going to get her visa up. And please bring your friends. Make this a special day. Wouldn't it be great to have a sellout, 2,500, and that means 5,000 would go to Juliet's foundation to help her get the proper rehab she needs. And like I said, she's getting it, great rehab by the doctors, the Hospital Renaissance. But as we all know, you got to help that insurance along, by making certain payments, and we want to make sure that she gets back 100%. That's our goal.
He's Larry Tidwell. He's the head coach of the UTRGV women's basketball team.
This is Jonah Goldberg, the guru. Media Relations, UTRGV, and we have our fees up for women's basketball and for Jam the Gym for Juliet and for a great senior day for Rock and Jada. Go Vaqueros.